totally out of my comfort zone, but here we go. He's going to capture the floors and ceilings, but I just thought since we're doing this, I'd show you up close on the sink.
What's on the cutting board? Oh,
Tab.
No.
And then this is the fridge, and it's actually surprised me that how much food we can get in here. There is no freezer component, and you can't put produce close to this. I've learned the hard way, but I usually do meats and cheeses in closer to the element, and then my other food elsewhere.
So it's a three-way fridge. So right now it's set on AC because it's plugged in. And the left click there would be for battery power, and the right click would be for gas power. And then there's off. There's a switch right here which runs a fan to cool the outside of the fridge, and it vents the air, right?
Okay.
And this is the front window that opens. Originally this did not come with an opening window. We had that installed.
All the windows are open by undoing these latches, and then you can adjust how far open you want it and tighten it. And then the other great thing, and all the windows have this, is if you want the screen, it's right here, and when you need shade, it's right here. And all the windows are that way, so it's great. Just do that. All right, so this is it's a 2-plate burner, and it just goes off the gas. Pretty simple and straightforward. You can see we do a lot of cooking outside. It looks barely used.
There's the TV and the stereo system, which is CD or DVD, and AM and FM, which I don't think we've ever tried to get radio with it. It's 19-inch TV, color, high def, and the remote. And then we have these storage shelves on the side, these balances. And when we were at the factory, we had those upgraded to have the netting put on there.
And the wood.
The wood, and it used to be upholstered. We didn't like that, so we got the wood, which matches the rest of the wood in here. And by the way, this is all real wood, maple cabinets. Those are speakers we upgraded. The ones it comes with are not great, so we upgraded those. And then there's some LED reading lights in the back. And if you look back there, is a USB charging plug that I've added, and that'll stay in there.
Open cabinets, just as
And
you can see.
yeah, the cabinets follow the curve, but surprisingly you can get a lot of stuff in them. And then there's the other balance on this side. Yeah, we can do that. And then there's a TV antenna. We'll include that. And a little hook that we added here, which comes in pretty handy when you want to hang your clothes up at night. There's some more cabinets in the front, and we kept all sorts of stuff in there, kitchen spices and sponges. I added a switch in here which totally turns the power off to the TV so it doesn't drain the battery, and it also keeps it a little darker in here at night. The air conditioning unit is just like one you'd have in your house. Works pretty well. You can see the rail here to the bed slats goes around like that, and then we keep the bed slats in here. So they're just tongue and groove. Yep, there's a piano hinge right there, so that you don't have to lift the cover all the way off. It just swings up and out of the way. So that's for making the bed, which we have done. Pam made it because you guys talked about sleeping side to side. So this is what your bed would look like. And yes, that lovely blanket is orange. There's a lot of orange options out in the world. We found pretty much everything we own is orange now. So here's the floor. It's a very heavy vinyl floor with a wood grain look, and it's sealed. It does not leak. There's no softness. it's all in great shape. So we're pretty happy with the floor. It cleans up really nicely. And the ceiling, it's all birch, the whole thing. It's wood. There's some shadowing in here, but it does definitely, it's in great shape. There's a fantastic fan, that's what it's called. That's the brand. And it definitely vents the air out of here very efficiently. And then you can also suck air in. It has a reversible switch on it. And again, all LED lighting. Smoke alarm. There's a CO2 alarm around the corner here. Right there. And of course it comes with a fire extinguisher. And the window shade for the door is kind of fun. Looks like a pie plate sort of, but it just slides like that and opens and closes. And here's the LED lighting that we added, which really does a nice glow at night. Anytime it's plugged in, it'll be on, so you do have to have AC to operate that. And getting outside, here's the Trekker brand pop-up tent that we use for shower. And if you were going to use the porta potty, you may want to use it for that. Here's the full cover, and that is sold on the Teardrop shop, and it's top-end stuff. We have a couple little tote bags here that have our name on it. And there's that table we were talking about. This does collapse down, so it does go to the bed height, but we don't use it for that. We use the slats instead. There's the awning that sticks out about 8 feet or 10 feet, and it hooks onto the Keter rail. So here's the Keter rail around here. That goes around the whole side of it. And there's the never used porta potty. It's never been used before, so hope it works. In the front, there's this little storage tub, and the battery and propane tank are contained in there. And oh, I locked it. So most of them don't come with a lock. For some reason ours did, which is fine with me, if I knew how to run it. There. One of these days I'll figure it out. There we go. So you can see we have the sewer hose in here too, and it has a little receptacle for it to store it. So we'll keep all that in there. You'll have to pick up a fresh water hose because we're going to keep the one we have. Now we have modified the front of the trailer so that this is the jack, and we use a drill motor with a 3/4 inch socket on it to raise and lower the stand, and so it works really well. So I would highly recommend you pick up a little 20-volt drill like a DeWalt or something, and otherwise there is a hand crank that you can use on that, and that's included. The landing pads are stabilizers. They're not meant for leveling, they're just meant for holding it in position, keeping it from rocking and such. Those have a extension handle also, and those also, there's a drill attachment that you can use to do those as well. So those are all included. And this is a leveler. Now it's made by Camco. I got it online, but the nice thing about it is that you can see it when you're backing in. It doesn't level the trailer, it just tells you if you're level. And so that sort of thing comes in really handy. I'll be picking up one of those for our new trailer. And then the side level shows you, this one mounted on the side shows you your front to back level, which is pretty cool. The shower right here is outside. I have trouble with keys today, I don't understand. So here's the outside shower box. We don't have the shower head on it because I've actually got an extension that I screw on there so you could actually use it. Otherwise it's just too short. So the head and such is stored in the inside under the fridge. There's a little handle holder right there for it. This is the antenna if you want to get FM. Then if you have a TV antenna, which I'm including, you screw it into this little guy right here. The fresh water hooks up to here when you're at a campsite with water. Otherwise, you can pour fresh water into here into the storage tank. This is the cover for the air conditioner that snaps off when you want to use it. And then this is where the power plugs in. It's 30 amp power, and that cord will come with it. These handles are kind of cool. If you put the wheel on the front, you can rotate it in your campsite just by pulling it around by these handles. It's pretty fun. Let's see. Oh, up on top, that's the Max Air 2 cover, and that allows you to keep the vent open when it's raining, and actually when you're traveling it airs it out nicely. And then we did name it Portobello, and so we do have this decal on the back, and we thought, well, maybe we take that off, and then we thought, nah, the new owner can decide if they want to keep it, so we're going to leave it on there. Do I? Oh yeah. Somebody said, why you don't rename boats when you sell them? So we thought, no, that's a good point. You don't take the name off a boat. So we'll leave the name on there. So that is pretty much the walk around. There's the brake controller I was talking about. And there's a separate part that goes inside the car that you adjust it with. And it's pretty simple hookup. 2-inch ball, and that pretty much covers it, I think. There's outlets right here if you want to hook up something to the outlets, and it has these lovely aluminum wheels, and that's kind of the walk around. So give me a call if you have any questions.